Since childhood, this was our window to the world, a flat rectangle of colors and borders. We traced the shapes of countries with our fingers, memorized their names, learned where oceans ended and continents began. It was more than just ink on paper. It was truth, or at least that's what we were told. We trusted this image. We studied it in school, saw it in books, hung it on our walls. It told us who was big and who was small, who was far and who was close. But what if I told you it's all wrong? That the world you've been shown is a carefully crafted illusion, a distortion repeated so many times it became fact in our minds. This map you've seen your entire life is a lie. And the truth? Well, the truth will change the way you see the entire planet. In the year 1569, a Flemish cartographer named Gerardus Mercator changed the course of history. His mission was simple, but vital for the age of exploration: to give sailors a way to chart a straight course across a curved world. His creation, the Mercator projection, was revolutionary. It transformed global trade, exploration, and navigation. For mariners, it was a lifeline. For the rest of us, it became the world itself. But there was a hidden cost, a flaw baked into its very design. To flatten the sphere of the Earth, Mercator had to make trade-offs. Lines of latitude and longitude were straightened for navigational ease, but the land masses near the poles became grotesquely inflated, while countries along the equator were squeezed into near invisibility. The Mercator map we all grew up with doesn't show the world as it truly is. On this map, Greenland looks almost the same size as Africa, but in reality, Africa is over 14 times larger. In fact, Greenland is closer in size to the Democratic Republic of the Congo than to Africa. Russia appears to rival Africa in scale, yet Africa is actually twice as large. Canada seems to dwarf most of the world, but it's smaller than the continent of South America. In 1973, a new map quietly challenged centuries of perception: the Gall-Peters projection, designed to show every landmass in its true proportions, looked strange, almost wrong, to eyes raised on the Mercator view. Africa suddenly towered over Europe in size. South America stretched gracefully downward, no longer dwarfed by North America. The illusion of a smaller global south was gone. It was controversial, mocked as distorted, even called ugly. But that reaction said more about our expectations than the map itself. We had been conditioned to believe a lie, so when the truth appeared, it felt unnatural. When you see the real scale, the world feels different. Power shifts, perspective changes, and you realize cartography is not just about geography, it's about politics, culture, and power. Maps are not just tools, they are stories. They decide what we see and what we don't. And for over 4 centuries, the story we've been told was never the whole truth. The world hasn't changed, but the way we see it has. Once you notice the distortion, you can't unsee it. And when you see the truth, you understand that maps are not neutral. They carry power, they shape minds, and sometimes they lie. Because the shape of the world shapes the way we think.